Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching, whatever time you're listening. Welcome to Your Onion podcast show. Today we have a special guest. His name is Jaffer. Well, we went into the details of his full name, but he likes to be called Jaffer. And Jaffer, you are the entrepreneur owner for Suncart.
Yes.
So could you give us a little bit more details about Suncart?
Thanks for having me on the podcast. My name is Jaffer. I'm the founder and CEO of Suncart. It's a grocery delivery service within Doha. We have mobile apps where people can order groceries using same day or next day delivery slots. People generally tend to do two types of grocery shoppings. It's either quick, stopping at a convenience store and doing a small basket size shopping.
Yeah,
and then there's a big basket size shopping with you, your wife, parents. They plan it and they go to Lulu or a Carrefour or an Almira and do a high basket shopping.
I do that once a week on my own.
Absolutely. So Suncart is specifically targeting the latter bucket, where we're delivering groceries from one of the largest grocery chain in Doha, and our basket size are pretty huge as well.
So what is the...
It's Lulu right now.
Oh, it's Lulu right now.
We're delivering from Lulu Garafa.
Oh, yeah. But you're flexible?
Right now we're delivering from Lulu.
Okay.
But you're working on partnerships with the other big chains.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, great introduction. It's like your elevator pitch. Let's go back in time. Let's find out more about you. Where you're from, what did you study, and how did you end up here in Qatar?
So I have an accounting and finance background.
Okay.
I'm not from a tech background, so that's kind
Don't
of...
Don't worry. Most people that come on this show, it's always the case. They studied something and then they went off in a tangent.
Absolutely. So I'm from an accounting finance background. I studied in Pakistan. It's Lahore University of Management Sciences. LUMS. It's like the Harvard of Pakistan.
Oh, really?
And was working there in corporate investment banking in Pakistan for 2 years.
Now, was this journey dictated by your parents, or were you really into finance?
My father is a civil engineer.
Okay.
So and my mother is a housewife. So
so there was no pressure.
No pressure at all. He was like that. Explore engineering if you want to. Mm-hmm. We did that in O levels and A levels. Tried a little bit of accounting as well as physics as well.
Yeah.
But in university, I was like drawn towards finance a lot.
Okay.
And took a lot of hard courses as well, stochastic calculus and all that for asset management.
Okay.
And all.
Right.
So just got into corporate investment banking in Pakistan. Worked there into one of the two largest banks over there, UBL and HBL. UBL is over here as well. Mm-hmm. And then came to Qatar in 2015.
Why?
Feb 2015.
Why? Because
from
of the job?
Mashreq.
So you got a job over here with Mashreq.
Absolutely. Okay. So there was another bank like Mashreq, and started off in contracting finance, like the stadiums, Ashghal contracts, Supreme Committee contracts, and all
contracts.
this. Yeah. So the corporate sector that I was focusing on was on the contracting side, and we started working on that. On the other side, entrepreneurial itch.
Yeah, when did that happen? When did the itch happen?
It's been there from the time of graduation. 3 friends, we started a online t-shirt store in 2011.
Okay. Is it still going?
No, it wasn't. It's not going yet. We started off in 2011. Before graduation, sold like 2,000 t-shirts to all of our batchmates. Became the most popular batch t-shirts that we sold.
And what was your involvement?
I was working on the supply chain, like procuring cloth, getting the printing done, getting the packing done, doing all the fittings and all. One of my friend was working on design, like what would be the designs, the colors. Another friend was working on the website, and he was a techie, so he's working on the website and all. So we semi-launched the website. We took offline orders. We sold 2,000 shirts, doubled our money, and then the tragic incident happened, and all 3 of us got job offers. And all 3 of us then got into, I went into banking, another went into telecom, another joined a software house.
It just reminds me of when I was in the band, when I was a youngster, it's the same story, you're going strong and then suddenly everyone gets a job and then it's responsibilities and...
Absolutely. Yeah. So after that, it took me the thing was there that
so I
need to get back. I need to get back. But when I came to Qatar, I was able to make money. I was able to save money. There was more flexibility. And I saw personally like groceries was like conveyance was solved by Uber. I'm a bachelor when I came here as well, right now as well.
Okay.
Conveyance was solved by Uber. Food delivery was solved by Talabat.
Yeah.
Groceries was something. Our office was also in Mashreq. Our office was also in West Bay. So I used to go to Carrefour.
Mm-hmm.
So just walking, going there, standing in
Oh,
line,
that must
it
have
was
been
like
an inconvenience.
insane. It was
Absolutely.
insane. And the thing is, the funny part is,
Yeah.
and people might judge us on that as well, that back home, all these things were on auto. My family used to go for groceries. My parents used to go for groceries. So
this is a bachelor talking about, oh my God, now I have to go and get my own shopping.
Yes.
Oh, I feel for you.
So
Okay.
now that pain point was so clear in my mind that, okay, I know what exactly needs to be done. I know what my pain point is. So that's how this thing, and obviously the entrepreneurial itch was already there.
Absolutely.
I hung out with tech folks. I knew my own friends were techies, so there was a lot of information exchange.
Yeah.
And just started hustling and got the first prototype prepared and got my
So
first
is that
investment
friends
from my
back
boss.
at home or friends, new friends?
No, friends back at home.
Okay,
Actually.
so you were
over here.
okay.
It was a little bit difficult in a sense that engineers, like there are 10 to 12 engineers that come out of CMU
Yeah.
per year. So engineering pool is still building
so
up,
it's
but
still
now
like-
obviously the network is much much bigger and all. But
Okay.
at that time it was in Pakistan, and then we worked with some
Yeah, fair enough.
people in India and all.
Yeah.
We started that side of the business.
Okay, so prototype, was it called Suncart at the beginning?
It was called Suncart.
Oh, so it's
the logo
remained
was a
the
little bit
same.
different, but it was called Suncart, and I was working in the bank.
Why Suncart? Let's just find out why.
Yeah,
Where did that
I'll
come
tell you
from?
that. I was
Okay.
working in a bank. I was working in the bank, and I was doing this side
Yeah,
by side.
yeah.
And during, like, used to go to sometimes in the conference room and start working on taking on calls and all that, and then raise some money from my ex-boss, and then we started off. Suncart. I'm a person who likes more daytime.
Yeah.
I'm not a nighttime
You're not a
person.
nighttime person.
Yeah, so I like daytime, big windows, open feel.
Yeah.
So genuinely, the Suncart feel came from that, because I remember one or two times working from my balcony in the morning, and I was like, man, it has to be something related to sun. Something related to sun, yeah, or day or something. I was iterating around with a lot of names.
Yeah.
I did pick brains of a lot of friends, my sister, a lot of other people around in the community as well. So yeah, this is what came out. And the logo came out pretty nice. So I was like, let's go with this.
You came up with the logo as well?
Like I was discussing with another person.
Yeah.
So that the sun should be like this, and then those guys made it.
No, I think it's a very iconic logo that will stand out on anyone's phone, and it basically shows it's clear to see what it is. Okay, you said you put money aside. So did you use your savings to invest in this?
Absolutely.
And did you go and raise some funds as well?
So we did. I invested my own money, and before going full time, like my ex-boss and his friend, they've invested money in the company.
So they believed in it as well.
Yeah. They came in, I resigned, started off the journey, and once we launched the product, we got some traction, a little bit of traction, and then we got one of the largest, like we got Khalifa Haroon. He's an investor in the company as well, the Isle of Qatar person. Yes. So
That's
he invested in the company last year.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
And
So
how long you been
that's
going
what-
before you approached? Did you approach him, or did he?
It was
find
through
you?
a mutual connection.
Okay.
Yeah, it was through a mutual warm intro.
Yeah.
And that's how we started off, and it's been around 1.5 years now, 18 months.
Yeah, but how long had you been going before?
Before getting
Haroon,
in touch,
yeah.
6 months.
Oh, that's
6 months of
Yeah.
full-time work. Obviously,
Okay.
the app was live already. The product, the iOS app was already live. So
So
our
it
product was made. We were in the market.
so you were already in the market. Were you already doing business
Delivering.
with Lulu?
Absolutely. Not from Lulu. We were delivering from some other chain. At that time, we were delivering from some other chain, but the app was live. You could order and deliver.
Okay.
So some people ordered, delivered, got impressed by the service, and that's how the investment round moved
So then you
forward.
needed
Absolutely.
a second round of investment to
Absolutely.
take it up a notch. So did you do the actual? Okay, so people are ordering online. Who's actually delivering? Were you doing the delivering as well?
So
At the beginning?
at the beginning, yeah, I did. I did like 40, 50 orders myself.
Really?
I think so, yeah. And we did a lot of offline marketing to a lot of cars in Carrefour's parking, city centers parking.
Yeah.
So we had like these small cards we
Yeah.
would place on the driver's side seat. So anyone going,
You're
opening
you're
the
the annoying people.
but the small ones, they were pretty nice.
Okay.
People tend to.
So it didn't block the view. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not on the windscreen. It was actually on the side of the door. It was a small card.
Okay, that you would
which
just
says, yeah, it was
insert into
just
the
that,
window.
and it had a fun line that. Are you still pushing your cart? And people were actually pushing their cart from Carrefour.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
that play on the timing.
Very good.
So that was something we did, and
Yeah.
I personally, with a lot of drivers, we did those like put into 2 or I think 5 to 6,000 cars. So that
Wow.
was the initial hustle. That
Yeah.
initial work has to be done by the founder himself, as well as any support he can get. But
And
yeah,
did
we
you-
did the one. Now we have drivers, and now we have pickers.
Did you do any market research before? Yes, you had this itch and you felt, yes, this is going to help me. But did you do any market research?
So
other than
there were some people, some colleagues, some friends back from Pakistan who moved here. Were like the woman that I knew, her husband, her kids came in, talked to her. She used to go to Lulu, the issues, the problems she faced, got an idea about it. Talked to a lot of bachelors within my bank as well. Some of those colleagues.
Yeah.
Talk to a lot of friends, people, circle. All of those things were there. But at the end of the day, the people don't know what the actual thing will be. From the perspective that no matter what research you do, till you put an app, till you put the product in a person's hands, it won't make any difference. Like it might make 10% difference, 20% difference with these kind of services, because it depends so much on the kind of technology. If the app is working, or do you have the products in the app, or if I'm confirming that I'm going to deliver between 2 to 4 p.m. and I'm delivering at 7 p.m.
Absolutely.
All those
Yes.
things will never come in action till actually the customer starts ordering.
True.
So the research from the perspective was this, that is there a pain point? I saw definitely there's a pain
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
There is a pain point and people are crying about it. They don't want to do this because people are excited to go into a store, wear a watch, try a new sweater, wear new shoes, and still they're buying that online. Because you can physically go into a store, put these things on and enjoy yourself, see a new phone, and still they're buying these online.
Yeah.
I have yet to meet someone that on a Friday morning he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and buy some eggs and breads and cheese.
Well, especially men, but
Yeah, that's, and even the women, the thing is that they will transition a little bit after some time when they see the value. I
Yeah.
agree that they want to go into the store, but if they're going 5 times a month, they might do once on Suncart, then they get addicted, they like it. If the service is good enough, they might do 2 times in a month. So that's how we've seen in our actual user base as well,
Okay.
who've been transitioning a little bit to the bigger orders. Yeah.
So I cut you off earlier, but
Sure.
you were saying that you had to help wherever to get this all up and running. So you were doing deliveries and stuff like that. How did it start to? How did it progress? How long did it take from you doing it to then hiring drivers and
So in the start also, I wasn't doing all of them. It was basically when it went in one slot, if the orders went above our capacity,
Okay.
and I also went in, did the picking and did the deliveries. But that's absolutely necessary, because if I did not do the order picking or the delivery, I would not have understood the actual nuances which were
No,
there in all
absolutely.
those operational
It's a
issues,
huge
and I
learning
was
curve,
able
absolutely.
to iron those out
Yeah.
because the driver or the picker might not be able to tell me those
Yeah, won't
things.
give you the right feedback.
Yeah. So that was something that was critical, but it took us around six months because between those 6 months, the deliveries were also like in 1 month we were doing like maybe 20 deliveries,
Yeah,
30
yeah.
deliveries.
There
So
wasn't-
it
yeah.
wasn't the operations was also
Yeah.
not picking up that much that we would be like blown my
So
mind
when,
or
so
something
when
else.
did it?
It
start?
took off from March last year. So 1 year back.
Yeah.
So that's how it took off. We did a little bit of marketing as well on Facebook and all that. That's how it started off. And we hired our operations manager. So that was the first employee that came in last year in Feb 2018. His name is Amit.
Yeah.
He's like pivotal to the way we're working right now, the operations that are set up, the way we're handling. As we speak, there are actually deliveries going on. And I can sit here and do this
No,
because
absolutely.
there's something happening.
And what was his background? Had he had
So
experience
he had, and once we raised, we were able to get that guy, that ops lead
Okay,
guy.
yeah.
And he has been working grocery vertical for the past 5 years, like the offline groceries
Yeah.
in
Oh, okay.
one big chain.
Yeah.
And he was a buyer there, and he knew
Ah,
how
so
the
he knew-
operations
okay.
work from the buying perspective, not particularly delivery, because this is a logistics business. It's
Yeah.
not purely a supply chain business or a purely grocery business.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he started off. He came in. There were a lot of learning curve for him as well, because this was a completely different thing. It was a delivery business, logistics, time frame. People are trying to get into expectation management, out of stock issues. You need to call the customer. The guy was customer facing as well, so he knew how to talk to customers, how to keep them understand how the customer is behaving, what's their expectations. If something is not there, customer might take off that. Why is it
Absolutely.
in there? So how to manage that and all.
But that leads me nicely on to my next question is, I've been to supermarkets and, one week they've got something in stock and the next week they don't, and they won't have it for a few weeks. How can you keep up to date with your stock and, what you're actually showing on your app?
So this aspect is a critical issue in this vertical.
Yeah, because people will take it out on your app if
Absolutely. So in food delivery, if you order pizza, there's nothing like that ranch pizza is not available today.
No.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Big Mac is always available at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So this issue is particularly it's something which is critical for this vertical itself, the out of stock situation. And a lot of businesses all over the world globally have settled this perspective in this kind of model, the partnership model. We're partnering with big chains by building something in the product. What I mean by that, out of stock is a normal thing even when physically you go into a store, as you just mentioned.
Absolutely, yeah.
People are tuned to that sometimes things are out of stock. I'm not saying that you will be happy about it, but how we are managing it, we are managing right now through calling the customer and telling them in the app, we've told them that if something is not available, you'll receive a call for replacement. In the app, it's mentioned before the person
So you'll
places
get
the
a
order.
call and they basically say, look, Kellogg's cornflakes isn't available, but the local cornflakes is.
Maybe. Or Kellogg's cornflakes original is not available. The almond one or the honey one is available. People either change the flavor or change the brand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is how it's working. But that is one side of the place. Our goal is that there should be no out of stock replacements.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we're talking directly with the chain itself, with the commercial department. We're directly like our team and their team on a daily basis do out of stock checks, new items additions, new brands which are out of stock. So on a daily basis, some items get added, some items get removed.
Yeah, but okay, if they get removed and I'm a bachelor, I just like my comfort food and I just like to order the same thing each week. I don't like to, vary on anything else. And then I find that the one item like chocolate ice cream isn't there.
So sometimes that aspect is catered. Customers actually WhatsApp us. We're very close with them. They WhatsApp us. They ask us if this is available or not. So we go out of our way. We check where that item is there or not, and we add it to the customers, even if it's not in the app. And within the same day, we're able to add that item in the app as well, because the item is just hidden or shown. So on the back end, you can just hide the item or add the item. It's just a screen that comes on, and either you'll remove it or you'll add it. So we can do that as well. But adding items, removing items, that's not much of an issue. It's more about having that information, whether the item is in stock or not. Absolutely. And because now we have foot on the ground in the store, like our pickers who are doing the picking for orders from the morning till the evening, we can actually within minutes get to know whether one item is available or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And is there on the app, is there a way that I can just repeat my order on a weekly basis?
Absolutely. So in the app, we have a function where you can go onto the menu side and you can check the orders you've placed. You can click on the order, and actually there's a button reorder.
What about if I didn't want to even touch the app? Is there a facility where I can just say, okay, I just want this every week?
Right now, we haven't brought in the scheduling option, but that's in the pipeline.
Okay.
Number one, and number two, there's a huge play of understanding purchasing patterns, having that big data and doing data warehousing and understanding purchasing patterns over a huge number of users. Right now, we're small. Mm-hmm. We envision it that, as you've said, without touching, the company will be able to learn your purchasing patterns, that on a Tuesday, you do X, Y, Z worth of shopping. On a Monday night or a Monday evening, Monday morning, we send you a curated list of your actual purchasing shopping list without you doing anything. A push notification comes in. You click on the push notification, you're able to see the items. You might say, oh, I still have this item. I don't need it again. Yeah. Not this. And I want to add 1, 2, 3. Your whole shopping, maybe it's 35, 45 items, you're able to do in a couple of clicks. Because even in the app, our average order values are huge right now. Like we've crossed $85. Standard order has 30 items, 35 items. Okay. And even placing that kind of items again takes a lot of time.
No, absolutely.
So this without hands approach, not doing anything, someone else learning and just giving us a curated list for me, created list for you, that's something that is there in the pipeline. And that's how we envision this product, that people's grocery shopping will eventually be out of people's lives. Like right now, when I landed in Doha, I used to think about a taxi. I used to think about how I need to go to the bank tomorrow. Yeah. Because I had to call one guy when I didn't have my license. After I got used to or hooked to Uber or Careem, wake up in the morning, go to the washroom, come back, press a button, change my clothes and go down. So a Honda Accord is standing there. So it completely erased the thought process or the mental load. Yeah. So that's what we are working towards as well. Because that's what I want. That's what a lot of people want to be removed, because it's something which is not value adding to a human's lifestyle.
No, you're right. No, I'm a big juicer, so I'm always buying vegetables and fruit each week. So I know that they've got a shelf life of up to a week, and then they start going bad. So I always get the same each week. So that'd be perfect for me.
I have one, because you've mentioned that. I have another fun fact for you.
Okay.
The most selling items, top 25 items that we are selling, 18 of them are fruits and vegetables. Because the place we're sourcing from, they're like the best fruits and vegetables available, good priced, and variety. Like we have more than 150 fruits and vegetables right now on the app. Avocados and bananas and avocados are on the top 2.
No, I can believe it. No, but like my wife, she hates going into the fruit and veg section because it's just a hassle. You have to find the veg, and then you have to go and have it weighed,
And it's double for fruits and vegetables. So you have to wait it, and then you go to the main counter to pay it.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything else is once.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables is double.
No, I like, I don't mind it because I'm always curious of what they've got, and I'll try that in my juice and stuff like that. But she hates it. She says, right, you go to the fruit and veg section, and I'll go and do everything else.
So divide and conquer.
Absolutely. So we have 2 trolleys. One's going one way and one's going the other way,
Nice.
and it's it cuts the time in half.
Nice.
So how do you see moving forward? How do you see the app moving forward? What I know you said about the scheduling, but any other developments happening?
So subscription model is there if you're particularly talking about the product in itself, the app in itself, the features as well.
Yeah.
That subscription model is there. As you've mentioned, scheduling is there where people can just schedule and get those items month on month or week on week, bi-weekly, something of that sort. Subscription that instead of paying per delivery, right now, instead of paying per delivery charge, we're able to give you a standard monthly package, and you can do X numbers of delivery or unlimited number of deliveries within that month period. So that is absolutely there in the pipeline. Then there's something regarding referral marketing, which is key to growth and businesses like Uber and Careem. So that's all of our growth has been majorly it's been through word of mouth. So you like the service, you told your friend. That's how we've been growing so much. We haven't spent much on ads or this and that. And we can spend. Yeah. But the thing is, we're just figuring out the product, trying to understand the customer first before investing more money. To accelerate that process of word of mouth, we'll be able to get into this referral market, incentivizing the people that first they told just their one friend, now they can actually tell 10 of them and get paid for that and use that credit onto the app or onto the next order or something.
And you're not
those things are there.
And you're not concerned about how fluid the expat and local market is with regards to people coming in, people leaving.
No. That's not much of an issue for us because our user profile, definitely Westerners are there. They were the first adopters. Qataris, Indian females, huge. Like females are 60% right now, and it's between the age of 25 and 44. That's the majority of our purchasing. But moving in and out from expats coming in, expats going out, people coming in are more
hungry for...
More inclined for these services. They're more inclined because they don't know. People who've been living here, some habits have developed already. That I need to go to Carrefour, I need to go to... A person coming in new, if he gets hooked on to Suncart, then he's ours then.
So as a business model, how are you generating income? Is it based on, are you putting a markup on the food or?
So we have it's more like a convenience premium. Like if you go to a Carrefour or if you go to your neighborhood store, there's a little bit of price difference because Carrefour is...
On each item?
Right now, on most of the items we have markup, but on daily items like bread, milk, it's very sharp. It's something that's negligible. So that is there, and we have a little we have marked up prices, and we also have like a delivery charge. First delivery is free. And we're delivering all over Doha. We're not a company which is delivering in West Bay or Pearl. We've done deliveries in Abu Hamur. We've done deliveries.
Abu Hamur isn't that far, is it?
Ain Khalid, it's like the end of... after that, Wakra will start. Like the next settlement is Wakra.
But you deliver to Wakra as well?
We've delivered to Wakra as well, but huge orders, like 400 Real, 500 Real orders. We've delivered to... Pearl is a normal... Our Pearl, West Bay, Duhail, Doha downtown area, and Abu Hamur, these are the top, like in the heat map, these are the red places where the most deliveries go. But then their deliveries are all over Rayyan, Rafa area, Shamal as well. So people order from Shamal as well, but we try to get higher orders, values.
And what is the delivery charge? Is it a percentage or is it just
it's a flat fee right now. It's first delivery is free and then it's 20 Real.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
Yeah. And because order sizes, like people are ordering 600 Real. For them, like 20 Real is nothing. 600 Real worth of groceries is huge.
Now, I've got a question for you. Okay, so I order How do you have delivery vans? Do you have proper delivery vans that are air cooled, or is it just in cars at the moment?
Right
is there
now
a
it's
plan?
cars.
Okay.
Right now it's in the cars. Once we have that amount of orders, there is a chiller van feasibility that we worked on third party leasing and all that stuff as well. Number one. Number two, all the chilled items, they're going in insulated bags.
Oh, they
like
are.
Instacart in US or other team, they deliver in insulated bags. They also don't have chiller vans.
And do you leave the bags with the client, or you
mostly
customer?
like 90% of the time we hand it over to the customer.
Okay.
If customer tells us that leave it at the reception or something, then we're able to do that. But mostly customer doesn't ask food items or perishables to be left outside. Generally, they make themselves available.
Okay.
But yeah, this happens that sometimes when customer is not there. So it's more about the communication thing. We send push notifications to manage the expectation of the customer that the delivery will be there in 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
Okay. And another bugbear for me is the amount of plastic bags that I use. Is your aim to reduce the amount of plastic bags that all the goods are delivered in?
Previously, we were doing paper bags, like Suncart's own paper bags. And once a customer who's a regular customer, he piled it up, we actually took the bags back.
Nice.
To reuse them. So we had no idea, we had no plans to keep on spending money on bags and having this footprint of getting so much paper bags being used on and on and on. So we used to take those bags back. Right now, the bags are delivered from Lulu, and they have the polythene bags that are being used right now. So to remove that, our perspective, our game plan is that we'll be moving back towards, apart from paper bags, the polythene and mixture of polythene. There's a material, I'm not exactly, the meshed polythene bags, which are also insulated ones, which have those are the bags which are not disposable. I'll take the items to you, give you the items, and the picker or the driver will take the bag back to himself. So that's there in the pipeline.
There in the pipeline.
Definitely.
And what's been popping up in the news recently is these automated shopping centres. There was something on social media where people drive in and just order with a computer screen. Do you think that's moving forward? Do you think that's going to happen in Qatar, where not a drive-in, but actually, everything will be automated, so you won't be dealing with a supermarket where you have people on the shop floor, but maybe being in a warehouse and just picking all the products from a warehouse?
So just correct me if I'm wrong. You're talking about the cashless counter. Like there's no counters, there's no checkout counters. The person goes in, picks the items.
Yes, your person is
maybe
absolutely
scans them and just walks out, like Amazon Go or something. Over here, the wave is on, but it's gonna be a hybrid thing. It's gonna be online shopping as well. It's gonna be offline thing going on as well. It's not gonna be like completely wiped out. Number one, and number two, in Qatar, I think there's a lot of time for that. The basics of deliveries need to be fixed over here. Those basics need to be sorted over here. We're actually working and doing some research on that perspective as well. From getting some small kiosks and putting some Suncart Express things in the pipeline. But let's
step by step.
It's there in the something, and it's more about giving an in-house feel where a person can actually go and see the place, but it won't have huge amount of items or anything. But definitely it's there. It's gonna be coming within Qatar as well, but there is a long time for that.
And will there be like when you go around supermarkets, you always have these taste tables where you can try different products, Will you be introducing something where with every order you might get something that, because you've got used to, you're tracking, what they like. So there might be a new product similar to what they like. So you might throw something in the bag to say, hey, try this sample.
Absolutely, because all the FMCGs, new players who are trying to put their new products out, they can use our network to actually deliver those new products. Instead of asking people to come to a mall to do the tasting. I can tell, okay, Brits live over here, you want to put this, let me push it through my platform. So that's definitely there on the cards. So we have 1 or 2 products that I'm actually starting off. It's like homemade cookies. A friend of mine, he started a company and he's like an amazing cook and baker. So we will be putting those in some of our next orders just to showcase the people of this new product.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Jaffer. Thanks for coming on the show. It's been very enlightening and I wish you all the best. It seems like, there's no stopping you and it's just going to go from strength to strength.
And absolutely. I just also wanted to say that like Doha is something that we are right now focusing on. We want to dominate this market, keep on moving forward. We're working on some partnerships locally as well. And regional play is something.
So that's the next.
Definitely. It's there on the cards.
Superb.
Regional play within Kuwait, Oman. Pakistan is a huge market which is coming up. There's a new feel to the market right now. The investor sentiments are up within that region and the political situation and everything. So it's a huge play within this region. Suncart is not only focusing on one city.
No, I can imagine. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And would love to block this market and then move forward.
Well, this goes out all over the world.
Absolutely.
And I won't tell you who our number 1 country is because that might upset my local audience. But I'm sure they'll be listening and I'm sure they'll be interested in your product.
Absolutely.
And please keep in contact and let us know, future developments.
Sure.
Come in, let us know, talk to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Sure.
Thank you, Jaffer.
Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best.
You
Cheers.
too. Take care.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching and have a great week. And we'll catch up with you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.